one thing is very, in some sense, very intriguing also. जहाँ पे है उनका सारा, it definitely dates back to a very 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 long time.
फैमिली टेम्पल है ना वहाँ पे।
Right.
क्योंकि पिताजी का तो पुराने में खुद जाते हैं, मुझे पिताजी पहले टेम्पल में जाते थे। उससे पते बार भूल जाते थे कि भैया लोग वेट कर रहे हैं। So we get up from there and then go and sit down.
Is the voice fine now, Suresh?
Additional
And then there is a Prachin Jyotish also there now in the temple. Must be the same Parvar.
Reduce the microphone sensitivity. Okay, I think it's good then.
धनिया सुक्त 7 to 12. Like to read or should I read? इसमें बार बार जो मैसेज फ्लैश होता है
सर ये ना
और करता हूँ तो कोई तो ये एप्लीकेशन डाउनलोड कर लो।
सर ये कोई आपने कौन सी एप्लीकेशन है जिसमें पीडीएफ फाइल कर रहे हो? इसको अगर आप एडोबी का रीडर डाउनलोड कर लेंगे तो ये एडवर्टाइजमेंट आ रही है सर।
हाँ,
तो एडोबी रीडर डाउनलोड कर लेंगे, फ्री है, उसमें ऐसे एड्स नहीं है।
SN 1.2 versus 7 to 12.
अर्थवेतना बोधम अस्मि इति लोगो उत्तचामि संभाव्य अरोगा तेषां न ज्ञानी किंचि पापम अर्थचे पथायसि पावसा देव।
I hope you remember the context. एक हाउसहोल्डर है धनिया नाम से, reciting बारिश होने की संभावना है and reciting how he is protected from rain by his own effort. And so Buddha also goes there and he also says the same thing, but he is protected by this through some other means. So that's the contrast is brought out. अत्र वेतन भतो अहम अस्मि। वेतन भतो मतलब मैं अपना वेतन खुद ही कमाता हूँ। I'm self-supported. इति धनियो गोको मीन्स दिस इज व्हाट धनियो गोको सेड। पिता च में समानीय आरोगा, और जो मेरे बच्चे हैं वो बिल्कुल हेल्दी हैं, आरोग्य हैं, कोई उनको दिक्कत नहीं। तेसम न सुनामि किंचित पापम, मैं उनके बारे में कोई भी पाप वाली बात नहीं सुनता। आई डोंट लिसन एनीथिंग विकेड अबाउट देम। अथ च पथयासि अवश्य एवा, सो इफ thou like, you can reign, rain god. Deva actually means rain god. Here translation of sky. That's okay. So he's trying to say that even if it rains, doesn't matter. So then the Buddha's response to that is the next one.
नाहं भक्तो अस्मि साची। अच्छा, ये भगवान का है। निब्बिथिना परामि सब्बलोके अथो भाग्या न विद्यति अथाचे पथयासि पावसा देव।
ना हम भक्त को अस्मि, उन्होंने भक्त को वर्ड था ना, भक्तो हम अस्मि। भक्त मतलब सब सेल्फ सपोर्टेड। यहाँ पे भक्तक शब्द इसको भक्ता का भक्तक बना दिया। दिस इज इन अ वर्स फॉर्म। सो भक्तक मीन्स सर्वेंट। ना हम भक्त को अस्मि कस्यचि, मैं किसी का सर्वेंट नहीं हूँ। निब्बिथेन चरामि सब्बलोके, आई वॉन्डर अबाउट इन द होल वर्ल्ड विद व्हाट आई हैव गेन्ड, मैंने पहले ही प्राप्त कर लिया, अर्न कर लिया है, निर्वाण अर्न कर लिया है। सो आई वॉन्डर आउट इन द होल वर्ल्ड एंड अच्छा भक्त्या न विज्यति, मुझे किसी सपोर्ट की जरूरत नहीं है। There is no need for me to serve anybody. तद्भतिया न विद्यति अथ च पथयासि पवस्यदेव. Therefore, bestow like rain or sky. So there are same words have been used with a different meaning. Fun जैसे होते हैं उस तरह का यूज किया गया.
अथि वासा अथि जहिनुपा इति धन्यो गोपो गोधारण्यो पवेन्निगपि अथि उषा भूपि गवाम पतिता अथि अथा चे पथे से प्रवासा देवा.
अत्थिवासा अत्थि धेनुपा. मेरे पास है. अत्थि मतलब है मेरे पास. क्या क्या है? वत्स मतलब काऊ है. धेनुपा उसका सकलिंग काफ भी है. गोधरण्यो पवन्यो की अत्थि. जो हमारी गाय है उसको अपने काफ के साथ है. उसे भो गवम पटिदा एंड आई ऑल्सो हैव अ बिग बुल who lords over my cows. So we can quite well taken care of. Atha cha pathayasi pavassadeva. Therefore, if you like, you can rain. No problem for me. Now see the contrast which Buddha puts it. Nathi vasa nathi dhenupa. मेरे पास कोई गाय नहीं है, कोई काफ नहीं है. गोधारण्यो पवन्यो भी नथी. मेरे पास कोई काऊ ऐसी नहीं है जिसका काफ है. उसे भो की नथी. कोई मेरे पास गुल भी नहीं है. गवम पतिदा नथी. को जो कि गायों के ऊपर लॉर्ड करता है. अथ चे पथयासि पवस्यदेव. नो प्रॉब्लम, नो वरी. सेम थिंग इज पॉइंटिंग आउट द अदर डायमेंशन ऑफ इट. कि उसके कारण तुमको मेरा ख्याल रखना पड़ता है. मुझे कुछ ख्याल रखने की जरूरत नहीं. मैं पढ़ लेता हूँ. 11th 12th में पढ़ लेता हूँ तो कंक्लूडेड. खिला निखत्ता असंपवेदि दमा दाम मुनिंजा माया नाव नवा सुसंथाना नहीं सखिंत धेनु पापि चेतुम अथ च पवित्यासि पवस्यदेव. खीला निखत्ता. खील मतलब जो होते हैं स्टेक्स, खील लगाते वो ठीक से लगा दिए गए हैं कील वगैरह. असंपवेदी, वो हिलने वाले नहीं है. नॉट गोइंग टू शेक. दाम मुंजे आमाया, दाम मुंजे मया, मेरे जो रोप है. नवा सुसंथाना, वो भी बहुत अच्छी तरह बनाई गई है. इट इज वेरी वेल मुंजा घास की बनाई गई है, नई है. नहीं सकिन थी धेनुपा तुम. वो जो गाय है उसको तोड़ नहीं पाएंगे. मतलब दे आर वेल सिक्योर्ड. उनको कील लगा रखा है और सपोर्ट दिया हुआ है. रस्सी भी मेरी स्ट्रांग है, तो गाय कहीं भागने वाली नहीं है. मुझे कोई चिंता की जरूरत नहीं है. अथचय पथयासि पवस्यदेव. Therefore, if you like, you can rain. Then see the response. उसभो रिवा छेत्वा बंधनानि नागो पुतिल्लत दालित्वा नाहम पुण्य पुनुपेशम गब्बसेयम अथचे पथयासि पवस्यदेव. उसभोरिव छेत्वा, जैसे एक उसब होता है, मतलब जस्ट लाइक ए बुल who has cut bandhanani, who has cut all the bonds. Nago putilatma dalayitya, and like an elephant which has broken through all the creepers, उसकी रस्सियां हैं, broken through this. नाहम पुनुपेशम गब्बसेयम, मैं दोबारा बॉम्ब में नहीं जाने वाला हूँ. कट एवरीथिंग. तो जो रस्सियां, वो कहता है कि मेरी रस्सियों से सिक्योर किया हुआ है. सिर्फ ऑल दो जितनी रस्सियां मैंने सारी काट दी. अथचय पथयासि पवस्यदेव. So if you like, you can rain. No problem, sir. So the verses are so beautifully arranged. So the thing which is seen as a support by a householder is seen as a fetter by an enlightened. Everywhere the same connotation is given, and we can see that. what he sees as his wealth and his property, the Lord sees it as his bondage and says, I've given a problem.
So I must have missed the last session. तो अभी क्या भूमिका क्या है? What are we doing now?
We are reading this book, Sutta Nipata. You missed 2-3 sessions.
Yeah, now कहाँ पे?
वहाँ पे हुए नहीं, शायद 2
अच्छा, दो।
This is Dhaniya Sutta. ये जो है ना, Sutta Nipata is supposed to be the most authentic compilation of all the, मतलब scholars जो है ना, वो जैसे कहते रहते हैं ना, इसके अंदर कुछ मिक्सचर किया हुआ है, पुराना कुछ डाल दिया, बाद वालों में कुछ डाल दिया, इसके बारे में नहीं. This is supposed to be the most authentic record of the discourses of the book. It is again mostly in the verse form, but some are in the prose form also.
So how come it doesn't have that Anand wali bhumika? Thus I saw or thus I...
Yeah, this is dialogues which have been directly recorded. So why it doesn't have Ananda, I don't know.
But this is not commentary. ये commentary
नहीं है, तो बुक ओरिजिनल बुक, इसी कमेंट्री अवेलेबल नहीं है, मतलब है तो पाली में है, तो उतना मेरे से ट्रांसलेशन कर पाना मेरे लिए संभव नहीं था. पाली में अवेलेबल है इसकी कमेंट्री, बट वो ट्रांसलेशन में अवेलेबल नहीं है, तो आई फाउंड इट, आई माइट ट्रांसलेट इट रॉन्गली एंड देन गिव यू अ रॉन्ग इंप्रेशन. पहला जो था वो उरग सुत्ता था, स्नेक वाला, दूसरा ये धनिया सुत्ता है. So it is quite next time finished. So most of them are directly in this form of discourse, recording the discourse between the teacher and the person. So इसमें वो एक वो नहीं है जो आनंद ने कहा है. So I don't know, because of that it is said that it is the most authentic, or you know.
मकसद में ये होता है कि आनंद ने कहा.
एक तो उसमें नहीं है, अभिधम्म पिटक में नहीं है, तो बुरा पिटक ही वो तो बिल्कुल वो है ना, टर्स फॉर्म में, उसमें तो कुछ नहीं है, तो उसमें तो कोई डायलॉग भी नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट एनंसिएशन ऑफ द नेचर ऑफ रियलिटी. No, उसमें भी नहीं है. I'll try to find out क्यों नहीं सूचना मिलेगी.
Historically, he is the one who's supposed to have whatever
recited
it.
Yeah, at the first council. But in some other discourses also this is not found. एवं में सुतम हर जगह नहीं है, कुछ जगह नहीं, उसमें भी.
Then it's possible that this came in the subsequent councils. वो ऐसा भी है ना, तो आपने बताया था.
हाँ, but this is supposed to be the most authentic by the scholars. I don't know why. Because probably it has got those suttas जो हम decide करते हैं, chanting, वो सब इसी में है actually. रतन सुत्ता और ये कई सारे जो मॉर्निंग चैंटिंग में आते हैं. So try to find out once you asked it. Try to find out क्यों नहीं है, अगर कुछ पता चलेगा. Any other comment? I have to find out. Is there any comment?
अभिधम्म जो है वो भी that was also recorded in the first council itself historically.
Theravada people believe so, but most other scholars don't believe so. Most other scholars think it was later addition. But Theravada people say no, it was done at the same time. But there are some things which are added later. That also is admitted by Theravada. Because वो एक book जो सम्राट अशोक के टीचर थे, मौलिपुत्र तिस्सा, when he resolved the contention in the संघ में जो भेद हो गया था उसको रिजॉल्व करने के लिए उन्होंने बुक लिखी कथावत के नाम से. दिस इज ए रिप्लाई टू क्वेश्चंस. So that has been included as a part of Abhidhamma Pitaka. So people therefore think that probably at his time it was recorded and compiled in the final form. पता नहीं. जो महायाना ट्रेडिशन है उसमें सारिपुत्र अभिधर्म कोश है. They call it by that.
Mainly those Sariputta.
Sariputta's recitation.
और उनका जो अभिधम्म का वो है वैसा वर्जन दैट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द
Slightly.
But it's still the psychology.
Yeah, it's basic things the same. और उसमें जो कैटेगरीज हैं मेंटल स्टेट्स की वो डिफरेंट है. इसमें 52 हैं, उसमें फिर कुछ और हैं, बट मेजॉरिटी ऑफ देम आर ओवरलैपिंग. सम आर, क्योंकि जो थेरावादा में 52 उनमें काफ़ी चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जो लगता है कि डुप्लीकेशन हो गया, उसमें उन्होंने वो हटा दिया है, मेड इट मोर क्रिस्प इन योर लाइफ. सो यू कैन बी completely sure.
ट्रेडिशन कैसे शुरू हुआ था? सर व्हाट वाज द बैकग्राउंड टू पीपल राइटिंग कॉमेंट्री?
यही था कि ओरिजिनल पाली से लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता. Some of the discourses are needed explanation.
That's what the commentary.
Commentaries भी और सिर्फ सब कमेंट्री भी. उसको लगा कमेंट्री भी लिखने वाले ने कुछ इतनी स्ट्रॉन्ग लिख दी, और एक्सप्लेन कर दिया कुछ इश्यूज जो थे, पॉइंट्स थे. बैकग्राउंड रिव्यूज सूत्र. कमेंट्री बेसिकली फॉर गिविंग अ बैकग्राउंड. ये सूत्र किस परिस्थिति में कहाँ पे हुआ, क्या उसकी कोई कहानी है उसके पीछे, क्योंकि एवं में सूत्रम तो है उसने, बट ही इज नॉट गिविंग कंप्लीट हिस्ट्री किस कंडीशन में वो.
ये पेज कौन सा?
वो जो उसकी बैकग्राउंड है वो सब कमेंट्री में आई.
And that continues till date also.
They all continue in the same form in which they were written.
No, I mean the commentary, the tradition continues अभी भी.
अब और लिखने वाले भी नए तो नहीं है, बट जैसे ये लोग एक्सप्लेनेशन लिख रहे हैं, टॉक्स दे रहे हैं, दे आर आल्सो सब काइंड ऑफ कमेंट्रीज. अजान सुबेदो की जो टॉक्स हैं या दूसरों की टॉक्स, यू कैन से देम एज सब कमेंट्री और समथिंग. Ajahn Sumedho explains Four Noble Truths in so much detail, you can call it a commentary.
छोटा जाता है उसके टाइप में.
It didn't strike me कि इसमें एवं में सूत्रम नहीं है. I felt so good in reading it कि भूल गया कि इसमें एवं में सूत्रम क्यों नहीं आया.
जब स्टोरीज और कहते थे दरअसल those are different from commentaries.
All good. धम्मपद की जो स्टोरीज थी, they are all part of commentaries. धम्मपद के कई जो वर्सेस हैं वो इसमें हैं, यहाँ से पिकअप किए गए ना. धम्मपद का तो कंपाइलेशन किया गया ना डिफरेंट, कुछ इसमें है, तो इसकी कमेंट्री फिर स्टोरीज है वो वहाँ डाल.
So Dhammapada is not part of the Tripitaka.
Yeah, it is a part, but there are overlaps.
अच्छा, फिर वो सब जो आप बताते थे, the 52 types of concentration, meditation, so forth, ये सब भी दरअसल is it all in the Tripitaka or whatever, not 52 or whatever.
40 objects of dhyana, they are part of Vishuddhi Marga, which is actually a commentary.
Oh, it's a comment?
Vishuddhi Marga is not a.
We can't attribute it directly to.
No, it's not. It is attributed to Buddha Gosha, who lived in 5th century, some 500 years after. But it is revered greatly because of the scholarship and because of the detailed explanations of meditation and mental states. So Burma में तो उसको it is seen as good as original. Whole Burmese meditation tradition is based on that.
मैं अभी इनका पढ़ रहा था, ये जो अपने गॉड टीचर थे,
Ajahn Chah, Buddhadasa, Ajahn Buddhadasa.
yes, he has a very almost like a deprecatory stance on concentration and almost deprecating. I mean, not deprecating, almost.
लगता है कभी वो
Almost नहीं.
करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Everybody has his own idiosyncrasies. उन्होंने वो बुक है ना उनकी लिखी हुई हैंडबुक ऑफ मैनकाइंड, हैंडबुक फॉर मैनकाइंड.
I'm reading, I think what I'm reading is an extract of
Handbook of Mankind. Handbook for Mankind. It's available as PDF.
This reminds us of one discussion that we were having. We had it a couple of times. So, for example, the idea of working on the personality. For example, willful following of Shilas, or willful following of trying to do more good things than less good things. How does that reconcile with let go and living in the present?
ये वही क्वेश्चन है जो हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं.
सर हम लोगों का काफी
दोनों चीजें दोनों भगवान की एडवाइस दोनों ही है ना. सम्मा सती भी और सम्मा वायाम भी उसी के अंदर है ना.
सर रियल लाइफ में उसको कैसे,
बिकॉज द इशू इज दैट by practice of metta also metta gets strengthened, and by purification of mind also metta gets strengthened. So you have to start somewhere.
sir, is it just starting somewhere or it goes along with it?
Slowly that what you mean, वो अपने अनुभव में भी आता होगा ना, आपके भी अनुभव में आया होगा. Slowly what we are doing willfully becomes automatic, natural. अब शील छोड़ना आपके बस में नहीं है. You cannot break शीला now, impossible. Because it has become so clear, so evident, experienced again and again कि भाई कोई शील तोड़ोगे तो परेशानी होगी. Unless you want to become a politician, शील नहीं तोड़ पाओगे.
अच्छा शील से थोड़ा सा अगर हम शील थोड़ा तो चलो easy to understand होता है, but working on to, for example, this concentration. That's why I started. Doing concentration is
when the mind is too distracted, because we have not crossed over the stream. So when the mind is too distracted, you say, okay, it's asked to be why make a big deal of it? Why make a big deal of doing it or not doing it even?
in my experience, Rajesh, to get to the state of effortlessness, there is effort required.
Yeah, it is true of everybody.
There is concentration thing, and I've shared it with him, of course. I really struggle with it. I mean, my mind is so extremely chanchal that without that effort, the point of being able to contemplate, investigate, really utha hai. So that is how I have.
Rodney is clearly mentioned. Rodney is clearly mentioned here. There's a lot of effort needed before you reach effortlessness. It's clearly mentioned in this book. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about it. And our own practice proves it, verifies it. But maybe there are some people for whom no effort is needed.
Naturally, it's depending on your state of being.
कहाँ से किस संस्कार लेके पैदा हुए उस पर डिपेंड करेगा.
In fact, I used to think that what these guys, Sardar वगैरह जो बताते थे वो एक अभिजीत है. but I read carefully, and even he encourages
Yeah.
meditation and so forth. It's almost ये कभी नहीं कहा कि वो हो चुका है कभी.
Except J.K. Krishnamurti. J.K. Krishnamurti ने कभी ये नहीं कहा. But because he was born with that kind of a, तो चाइल्ड में ही उसको आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया गया, तो अवतार बनाया था उसको.
I think one thing which I and Rajesh are discussing is that this willful thing is fine, but what happens is that we get stuck in keep trying to make it better, make our conditions better. That second perspective is also important when we say that there is no I or about non-self.
The issue of non-self is basically that whatever is happening due to conditions, isn't it? There's no I involved in it. Now, when certain situation is there, it means certain set of conditions have been created. And now you respond to those with the whatever store of wisdom is there at that moment. Okay. So, whether it happens this way or that way, doesn't matter. It is a learning experience. If it happens what is leading to suffering, we learn and then change the course, apply the correction accordingly. That's the way. There's no issue involved in it. I mean, ठीक है, हमने कुछ किया जो हमको लगा कि पता चला गया हम तो अटैच हो रहे हैं, डिटैच हो जाओ, क्या रखा उसमें. Why call names? अगर मुझे लग रहा है कि मैं बहुत जबरदस्ती कर रहा हूँ मैत्री का भाव और जबरदस्ती वो कर रहा हूँ, दान दे रहा हूँ, छोड़ दो यार, मत दो, जबरदस्ती मत दो, वेट करो, जब अंदर से जागे तब दे देना. As simple as that. If we try to make an issue out of it, then I is coming. I is coming कि मैं तो कोई हूँ ही, I तो है ही नहीं, तो मैं ये क्यों कर रहा हूँ? Then I am getting attached to the concept of I am not there. तो उसको भी जो अटैचमेंट हो जाएगी ना, इस कॉन्सेप्ट के प्रति, अनत्ता के प्रति अटैचमेंट हो गई, तो वो भी अनत्ता ही है ना.
Yes.
No view. Neither अत्ता nor अनत्ता. जो हो रहा है ठीक है, इस समय जो सूझ रहा है कर दिया, गलत हो गया, लग रहा गलत हो गया, ठीक है, नहीं करेंगे आगे से. किसी को कष्ट हो गया, माफी मांग लेंगे. That rhymes. If we hold on to it, then there is a problem. Hold on to any view, that's the beauty of Buddha. Just don't hold on to any view whatsoever. हमने पढ़ा भी था एक बार है, एक ये भी था ना, मैंने शायद ऐसे फेसबुक पे डाला था वो शायद कि one should neither be live in the past nor in the future nor even in the present. क्या करें भाई, जो हो रहा है होने दो ना. There is a, they read it somewhere, at least I had put it on the, so we don't get attached to I should be in the present. वो भी अगर मुसीबत खड़ी कर दी.
Siddhesh is saying that if conditions is the cause, which part of us is making course correction when wrong?
Anya is getting developed more and more. By our experiences, if we are mindful, then mindfulness is there, then the condition, mindfulness acts as a support condition. वो सब चीजें उसमें पढ़ने में बड़ा अच्छा लगता है ना. जब when you read Abhidhamma, then you see, oh, ये चक्कर चल रहा है और उसको मैं पर्सनली ले जा रहा हूँ. So this helps, एक तो एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट करते हैं ना, they are proximate cause of each other. आप you are practicing careful observation, sati is developed. Sati is developed, then your panya is going to be slightly more developed in that process. You lose track of something, अभी किसी one of the factors is weak, तो उस weakness के कारण पन्या डाउन हो गई, then you realize ये वाला factor मेरा भी थोड़ा हटता है, मेरे में कुछ थोड़ा सा greed है कि भय है कि लोभ है कि non pliability है, you know, these kind of things are there in lack of pliability, lack of adjustment, lack of flex. These are the mental factors which have been pointed out.
If some mindfulness detects some of that, what would be the response?
Just be aware, this is not there. Nothing ajjatam, nothing ajjatam. Just be aware. Then some advice is given. ये supporting factors हैं, so be aware of them.
But typically it collapses the moment one notices it.
The building up also happens. No? The negativity collapses, the positivity builds up. Spiral of Dhamma. अब शील का पालन करेंगे समाधि अच्छी होगी, समाधि का पालन करेंगे प्रज्ञा अच्छी होगी, प्रज्ञा थोड़ी ठीक होगी, शील पालन करने में आसानी हो जाएगी. शील, this spiral will keep on working and take you stronger and stronger till things become natural. फिर वो शील तोड़ने का प्रश्न ही नहीं होगा, समाधि अपने आप बेटर हो जाएगी. फिर वो जो डिस्ट्रैक्शन होते हैं शील टूटने के कारण वो नहीं हो पाएंगे. Then so this way they strengthen each other. Positive factors strengthen each other. Does it make sense?
But because this appears to be, to me, to be also play of thought. That happens with play of thought because that the condition, we are so accustomed to intellectual. But sometimes I wonder कि यार जो सवाल उठ रहा है वो जबरदस्ती तो नहीं उठ रहा.
That's where I see the sound of silence.
सवाल उठ रहा है तो जान लो नहीं उठ रहा है.
Versus the strong need to then try and intellectually answer.
Let's be aware that there is a question. Usually, question is in the form of a doubt. So we can be aware, and then let the silence work on it. You know, the questions can be answered intellectually. It can also be answered intuitively. You retain the question. You can't run away from it. यार मुझे question क्यों उठ रहा है? That is another question, isn't it? मेरे में questioning attitude है, तो उस बात को लेके परेशान हो रहा है. ठीक है, जो है सो है. So we let it be, and then let the nature respond. Let the quiet mind respond. That's why quietening of the mind is of great importance. Because otherwise we can't respond properly. If we try to respond, most of the time we are forced to respond intellectually because we don't have the opportunity to revert and access the silence. If training नहीं है, क्यों भी करेंगे? Whenever it is possible, if we access the silence and then respond, we can do it. Good. So, Chelly, where are we? Which page? Page 67. 67. He's going to. There, that is available there.
इसको देखो।
ये आपने वो डाउनलोड किया हुआ है?
तुम पढ़ लेना, इसे प्रिंट करूँगा। ये सर ये किंडल पे करो,
मतलब किंडल से खरीदा है?
हाँ जी।
let me read from here.
Custom notice.
Yeah. So the theme of this paragraph is that the brain gives us impression that we can overcome finite limitations.
Accustomed as it is to think of man as a dualism of mind and body, and to regard the former as sensible and the latter as dumb animal, our culture is an affront to the wisdom of nature and ruinous exploitation of the human organism as a whole. We are perpetually frustrated because the verbal and abstract thinking of the brain gives the false impression of being able to cut loose from all finite limitations. It forgets that an infinity of anything is not a reality but an abstract concept, and persuades us that we desire this fantasy as a real goal of living.
Okay. So the next paragraph summary is that our life becomes more and more artificial and out of sync with our body's rhythms.
The externalized symbol of this way of thinking is that almost entirely rational and inorganic object, the machine, which gives us the sense of being able to approach infinity. For the machine can submit to strains far beyond the capacity of the body, and to monotonous rhythms which the human being could never stand. Useful as it would be as a tool and a servant, we worship its rationality, its efficiency, and its power to abolish limitations of time and space, and thus permit it to regulate our lives. Thus, the working inhabitants of a modern city are people who live inside a machine to be battered around by its wheels. They spend their days in activities which largely boil down to counting and measuring, living in a world of rationalized abstraction which has little relation to or harmony with the great biological rhythms and processes.
Okay. Next summary is that are we making our mind obsolete by giving control to computers?
As a matter of fact,
आपको नाराज तो नहीं है इसमें?
नहीं sir.
नहीं, जिनके रोजी रोटी कंप्यूटर से आ रही है उसको ये करना पड़ेगा।
There are lots and lots of people who are actually
सिलेश नाराज हो जाएगा वहाँ सुनकर।
who actually already become slave of computers and technology, and at least these companies, they have become champion in how to make people continue to be slave.
सैमसंग का तो हमारा एग्जाम्पल है, लेकिन पक्का स्लेव बना रखा है हमारे बेटे को, सबको ही।
I think so Samsung में थोड़ा सा हार्डवर्क ज़्यादा है, बट अल्टीमेटली बाकी कंपनीज का भी रूटीन तो यही होता है।
हाँ, और वैसे तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा, और एक तो वो इतने ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं है, so they try to make up for organization by diligence.
My brother-in-law finally left Samsung.
ये भी छोड़ रहा है, सोचने की करते हैं मुझे तभी।
So he started to tell me things that now he said कि वो पहले luxury थी. For example, he said कि मैं अब छुट्टी पे जाता हूँ तो वो out of office लगा के जाता हूँ कि I'm not on calls on email. He said Samsung में ऐसा कर नहीं सकता था मैं. You have to be there on call every time. He's saying कि यार तो different word है.
वो यहाँ तो सैमसंग में, कोरिया में
नहीं,
कोरिया में तो बिल्कुल बहुत ही ज़्यादा हालत खराब है।
So how does that reconcile with their whatever Zen practices or whatever is there?
No, the factory does not work on that principle. Total divide. they have used living in the moment in the service of mammon. वहाँ पे फेस्टिवल बना रखा है. They are very heavily being, I can say, evangelized. Christianity is very heavily there.
अच्छा.
बहुत ज़्यादा. Conversion बहुत rate है.
South Korea. That was the stronghold of Zen and Buddhism.
Yeah, it was no longer there. Every 200 meters you'll find a church. And you'll have to search a lot to find a Buddhist temple. Changing concepts. So basically, American influence was strong in the. So it brings along with the technology, it also brings along with the worldview, with the way of living, everything is brought in. So and it also is brought in the culture, the religion which is in tune with that way of living. Protestant ethic ही है ना, work ethic and things like that. अभी तो उनका जो कुछ चीजें बची हैं वो वही है कि ट्रेडिशन से चली आ रही हैं, तो अभी ट्रेडिशन छूट नहीं रहा है कुछ, धीरे-धीरे छूट जाएगा.
वैसे दोस्तों Christianity में mysticism का काफी एक वो रहा है. In fact, even this guy, Watts himself was a
रहा था.
He was actually the one of the
chief priest. बाद में उससे कहा गया ना कि ये क्या करके रहा है तो quit.
And he is very strong.
Words for that. नहीं में पढ़ा था शायद.
सभी चल रहा है तो उसको बंद कर दो.
इसी चला दिए. मैंने तो नहीं
चलाया नहीं.
खाने वाले
ये ना चल रहा हुआ.
क्या चल रहा है?
ये चलता है, मैंने आपको कहा नहीं 2 बार. वो अपना बाहर हवा से वो बाहर
हवा से वो कैसे चलेगी, क्या चल रहा है?
नहीं, वो मतलब ये चलता है, वो अब क्या चलता है मैंने देखी.
और
ये चलाई अभी ठंडी हवा आने लगी तो मैंने कहा यार ये एसी चल गया, वो खुला हुआ है.
नहीं चलाए नहीं, मेरे को तो फ्रेश हवा आ रही है.
मैंने आप चला रखा है, मैं जब आई थी
ये फन किसे इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
मैंने आपको 2-3 बार ऐसे जब मैंने कहा आपको कि देखो एसी चल रहा है, मैं बाहर आवाज आई तो मैंने कहा एसी चल रहा है, चला नहीं.
शायद हमारा डिस्कशन हॉट हो गया इसलिए चल पड़ा.
सेंसर इसका
मौसम बहुत अच्छा है सर. अभी बंद नहीं तो बंद कर देते, मौसम तो बहुत अच्छा है.
नहीं है. आप वहाँ से बंद करेंगे जब हम
वो तो नहीं हो रहा, इंटेलिजेंस अपनी हो गई है.
बंद नहीं हुआ सर.
It's taken on a consciousness.
Amazing. Autonomous technology, not dangerous either.
As a matter of fact, mental activities of this kind can now be done far more efficiently by machines than by man. So much so that in not too distant future, the human brain may be an absolute mechanism for logical calculation. Already हो गया. So calculator को use नहीं करता. Already the human computer is widely displaced by mechanical and electrical computers for far greater speed and efficiency. If then man's principal asset and value is his brain and his ability to calculate, he will become an unsellable commodity in an era when the mechanical operation of reasoning can be done more efficiently by machines.
So are we making our bodies mass of clockwork?
इसमें जो रेफरेंस है, I don't know whether you heard about this Norbert Wiener. आपने सुना है इनके बारे में? He was a child prodigy.
अच्छा.
He got PhD from Harvard in 16, at the age of 16, mathematics.
PhD in 16.
From MIT, he was a professor there, and he did, remarkable work in signal theory. There was a Wiener-Hoff filtration technique, and he was like a person who should have got Nobel Prize. But then he had this virus of human feelings. Then he wrote a book, Human Use of Human Beings. He's the person who invented this field of machine-man-machine interaction. Cybernetics word भी उसने invent किया. First book was written by him. But then his questioning of that human use of human machine beings is not being done. It brought him into a lot of conflict with the mainstream. तो उसको फिर वो नोबेल प्राइज नहीं मिला. उसके नाम की थियरम्स हैं इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग में, सिंगल inner of filtration technique, signal theory. It's such a renowned person. He studied neurology, he studied mathematics and brought them together and gave the new subject of man-machine interaction, whole subject of cyber. That itself was such a great thing that it should have been recognized.
Already man uses innumerable gadgets to displace the work done by bodily organs in the animals, and it would surely be in line with this tendency to externalize the reasoning functions of the brain, and thus hand over the government of life to electromagnetic motors. In other words, the interest and goals of rationality are not those of man as a whole organism. If we are to continue to live for the future and to make the chief work of the mind prediction and calculation, man must eventually become a parasitic appendage to a mass of clockwork. थोड़ा strong लिखता है.
Last line for yours. So our brains want to come out of the vicious circle and in turn gets tied up more and more.
There is indeed a viewpoint from which this rationalization of life is not rational. The brain is clever enough to see the vicious circle which it has made for itself, but it can do nothing about it. Seeing that it is unreasonable to worry does not stop worrying. Rather, you worry the more at being unreasonable. It is unreasonable to wage a modern war in which everybody loses. Neither side actually wants a war, and yet because we live in a vicious circle, we start the war to prevent the other side from starting first. We arm ourselves knowing that if we do not, the other side will, which is quite true, because if we do not arm, the other side will do so to gain its advantage without actually fighting. From this rational point of view, we find ourselves.
Paul की बड़ी famous quotation है. ये जो दुर्योधन का मैं quote करता हूँ, exactly same. जानामि धर्मं न समर्थये.
From this rational point of view, we find ourselves in the dilemma of Saint Paul. To will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good, I find not. But the good that I would, I do not. This was एक बार और करना. To will is present with me, but how to perform that?
What he's trying to say is that I know what is right, but I'm not able. एक जगह और उसकी पूरी
But I don't know how to do it.
है कि even though I know what is right, I'm not inclined to do it. Even though what is wrong, I keep on doing it. So उस sense में बात करेंगे. What he's saying is that मुझे मालूम है क्या अच्छा है, लेकिन मैं कर नहीं पाता, because that it's not a question of intellectual knowing, it's something else which is needed there.
But this is not as Saint Paul supposed, because the will or the spirit is reasonable and the flesh perverse. It is because a house divided against itself cannot stand. The whole organism is perverse because the brain is split from the belly and the head unconscious of its union with the tail.
So as soon as you can see the vicious circle, just stop circling.
There are few grounds for hoping that in the immediate future there will be any recovery of social sanity. It would seem that vicious circle must become yet more intolerable, more blatant and desperately circular, because any large number of human beings awaken to the tragic trick which they are playing on themselves. But for those who see clearly that it is a circle and why it is a circle, there is no alternative but to stop circling. For as soon as you see the whole circle, the illusion that the head is separate from the tail disappears. And then when experience stops oscillating and breathing, it can again become sensitive to the wisdom of the body, to the hidden depths of its own substance.
Yes. The quote I had written was that wisdom of body is not materialism.
इसका अगला? Because I speak of the wisdom of the body and of the necessity for recognizing that we are material, that is not to be taken as philosophy of materialism in the accepted sense. I am not asserting that the ultimate reality is matter. Matter is a word, a noise, which refers to the forms and patterns taken by a process. We do not know what this process is because it is not a what, that is, a thing definable by some fixed concept or measure. If we want to keep language still using such terms as spiritual and material, the spiritual must mean the indefinable, that which, because it is living, must ever escape the framework of any fixed form. Matter is spirit named.
Next is wisdom of the body is to make friend out of brain rather than enemy.
Rather than
The enemy.
After all this, the brain deserves a word for itself. For the brain, including its reasoning and calculating centers, it is part and product of the body. It is as natural as the heart and the stomach, and rightly used, is anything but an enemy of a man. But to be used rightly, it must be put in its place. For the brain is made for man, not man for his brain. In other words, the function of the brain is to serve the present and the real, not to send man chasing wildly after the phantom of the future.
Isn't excessive thinking as abnormal as other diseases?
Furthermore, in our habitual state of mental tension, the brain does not work properly, and this is one reason why its abstraction seems to have so great a reality. When the heart is out of order and we are clearly conscious of its beating, it becomes a distraction, pounding within the breast. It seems most probable that our preoccupation with thinking and planning, together with the sense of mental fatigue, is a sign of some disorder of the brain. The brain should, and in some cases does, calculate and reason with the unconscious ease of other bodily organs. After all, brain is not a muscle and is thus not designed for effort and strain.
Why thinking becomes a difficult exercise?
But when people try to think or concentrate, they behave as if they were trying to push their brains around. They screw up their faces, knit their brows, and approach mental problems as if they are doing something like having bricks. Yet you do not have to grind and strain to digest food, and still less to see, hear, and receive other neural impressions. The lightning calculator, who can sum a long column of figures at a glance, the intellectual genius, who can comprehend a whole page of reading in few seconds, and the musical prodigy, such as Mozart, who seems to grasp harmony and counterpoint from babyhood, are examples of the proper use of man's most marvelous instrument. Those of us who are not geniuses know something of the same ability. Take for example the anagram Kokatel-Bimic. You can work over these letters for hours, trying system after system of rearrangement in order to discover the scrambled word. Try instead just looking at the anagram with a relaxed mind, and in a very short space of time, your brain will discover the answer with the slightest effort. We rightly mistrust the snap answers of strained and wandering minds, but the rapid, effortless, and almost unconscious solutions of logical problems is what the brain is supposed to deliver.
The last Yes. Can the brain develop instinctual wisdom?
Working rightly, the brain is the highest form of instinctual wisdom. Thus, it should work like the homing instincts of pigeons and the formation of fetus in the womb without verbalizing the process of knowing how it does it. The self conscious brain, like the self conscious heart, is a disorder. Eh? Like a self conscious heart is a disorder and manifests itself in the acute feeling of separation between I and my experience. The brain can only assume its proper behavior when consciousness is doing what it is designed for, not writhing and whirling to get out of present experience, but being effortlessly aware of it.
Stop. Questions, discussions, relations,
Silesh, any questions or any discussion?
comment.
Comment?
जो कह रहे कि वो नीचे वो लिखा है.
So remarkably
Similar to that, it's bad actually. जब मैं उसको दबाता हूँ ना, तो आता है ये डाउनलोड
ये एप्लीकेशन कौन सी है?
मुझे है
Silesh is saying found it a bit heavy, need to absorb it a bit.
डॉक फाइल
PDF में है ना ये. इसलिए वो डॉक से खोलते हैं ना इसको.
इन्होंने ना रिसेंटली माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने ऑफिस फ्री कर दिया है एंड्रॉइड के ऊपर. डॉक पर यूज नहीं है. आप प्ले स्टोर पर जाइए.
वही खोलना चाहता हूँ.
क्विक ऑफिस नहीं,
क्विक ऑफिस नहीं है वो.
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ऑफिस है, उसमें ऐड नहीं है.
ऑफिस मोबाइल है उसका. फोन में
अच्छा वो डाउनलोड किया था.
इसमें जब बस माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ऐड है.
we Silesh है. We said found it a bit heavy but need to absorb it.
ये और वो उसके बाद आप क्विक ऑफिस में आप खोल के इसमें खोलेंगे डॉक फाइल, तो आपको नीचे आएगा नहीं आएगा.
उन लोगों को बॉडी से कनेक्शन काफी टूट गया है. So at least when you meditate and you feel the body sensations, then also we tend to take it mechanically. We don't see it in that sense of connecting with the body. So if you're mindful of your body, then it gives signal कि कुछ गड़बड़ हो रही है. बीमार होने वाले हैं, कहीं कुछ अपसेट है, कहीं कुछ है, कुछ है. So one is mindful of it, then उसकी अपनी सेल्फ रेगुलेटरी कैपेसिटी काफ़ी ज़्यादा है. Unless it is of course inflicted with a very serious disease. To be able to retrieve that, we need to really learn how to be in tune with the body.
Excessive thinking वाला something that you just mentioned before. Intellectualizing वाला जो था.
I sometimes wonder, Rajesh, if there is a bigger game afoot.
Bigger game?
Afoot, you know. That, so it's almost that the intrusion of thoughts is like a barrier to the journey and the path itself. And that particularly happens to those of us who are perhaps either trained in that way or born with a inherent tendency for questioning. Sometimes I wonder if जिनको हम कहते हैं कि बड़ा बुद्धू है, simple है, perhaps they are more spiritually evolved.
No,
So that term is very ignorance is bliss. So as a person is ignorant or blissful,
can't figure out.
and you can't figure out.
Because there is presence. Often when I go on, recently I was up in the Great Himalayan National Park, we were just climbing. And some of the villages are extremely remote. कहीं कुछ नहीं है. And it almost appears to me that there is much greater presence. As Tolle talks about presence. And you just
Why is it? Are you reflected on why it's so? Because there is no distraction.
जैसा मैं अपनी बात भी कर रहा हूँ पर मैं औरों की बात कर रहा हूँ.
सबके लिए कह रहा हूँ. Because there is no sensory
stimulation नहीं है.
stimulation is
बिल्कुल
drastically cut.
बिल्कुल सही.
पहाड़ को कितनी देर देख लो. So you'll be brought to silence. Mind will be brought to silence.
And the ability to do nothing is very strong. This is a long time back. This was in the Chambal, again in the middle of nowhere. And there was this, और वहाँ पे एक tribe है called the Sahariya, who are very poor, very remote. I mean, poor in a cash sense. And there was this guy, दोपहर में 12 बजे, and the man was actually just sitting. And so I passed by and I curiously asked him, "भाई क्या कर रहे हो?" बैठे हैं. And to me that was almost profound, yaar. Yeah, the guy is sitting. And for us it's become so incomprehensible to just sit.
We are doers.
Exactly.
We need to do something.
Even the meditation is doing.
Yeah.
And it was very humbling for me.
And they speak our language.
And Rajesh, this is not just there. I mean, this is an instance that really sits in my mind. But abhi bhi, very recently also when I went and I observed this, you are just at ease as is, and there is no need to be doing something. And I don't know. It could be वो ignorance है या bliss है, पता नहीं. ये मुझे नहीं पता. Contrasted with my need to be constantly engaged.
But the question then comes is that, are you okay with what you are as is, rather than trying to compare with?
Yeah, the grass is greener on the other side, no, Deepak? So that's aspirational for me. I think
It's difficult to figure out whether it is laziness or whether it is.
That is exactly what I think Silesh said. Just sitting can also be laziness.
Very difficult to figure out. Difference between a person who's lazy and a person who's unlucky.
Sometimes I feel that the use of
नॉन-जुड़ता भी तो एक इसमें भी आया है शायद. तो कहते हैं एक जगह जाते हैं मतलब क्या फालतू बैठे रहते हो, कुछ करते कराते हो, हल चलाओ, कुछ खाना खाना क्या मांगने आ गए. हल लो, खेती करो, कुछ फायदा करो. फेमस सुनता है मैं भी खेती करता हूँ. एक्सप्लेन्स किसकी खेती में करते हैं. You'll take lemon water?
Why not? I was hoping you would have brought that red thing again. जब लाते हो
हाँ वो रेड वाली मेरे को गया ही नहीं ना वहाँ पे मार्केट में सिर्फ लास्ट 2 days ही गए, मतलब बीच में भी गया थोड़ा थोड़ा कुछ खरीदने के लिए, बिफोर कमिंग वी वेंट एंड सॉ सम व्हाटएवर वाज अवेलेबल। वो जो मेरे वो थे बिस्किट्स जो थे ना विद ब्लूबेरी,
हाँ ब्लूबेरी
वो मिल गए थे, वो ले आया।
So आपको मौका नहीं मिल रहा था सभी टेम्पल्स या मोनेस्ट्रीज में वहाँ?
गया था मोनेस्ट्री में गया था, वहाँ पे आई मेंशन दिस इन एक पोस्ट हुआ तो देख के नहीं फिर वहाँ पे भगवान बुद्ध का बर्थडे मई के 3rd वीक में मनाया जा रहा था, यहाँ पे 2 मई को था ना, तो जिस दिन हम पहुँचे थे उससे अगले दिन ही शायद भगवान बुद्ध का बर्थडे था, मंडे को छुट्टी भी थी, सारे कोरियन में छुट्टी होना तो बड़ी बात है। बुद्धा बर्थडे मैंने कह रही बेटे जी क्या कहाँ से आ गए, बुद्धा बर्थडे तो 2 मई को था, ये मान रहे हैं आज तो क्या दिक्कत है हमको।
क्या रीजन निकला?
they have their own calendar।
हाँ सबके अलग अलग है, जापानियों का भी अलग चलता है।
मैं उस दिन हम गए थे मोनेस्ट्री, बिग फेस्टिविटी, मैंने स्नैप्स भी फोटो खींच के भी डाला थी, वहाँ पे बैठे अच्छा लगा, वहाँ पे काफी लोग आए हुए थे उस दिन पे, और वो मोनेस्ट्री के बाहर छोटा, बहुत बड़ी नहीं, छोटा सा एक ग्राउंड, छोटा मतलब अबाउट 1 acre ग्राउंड होगा, उस पर लोग थोड़े थोड़े टेंट लगे, धूप थी काफी, टेंट लगा के बैठे हुए थे, कोई चाय पी रहा है, कुछ कर रहा है, जो भी आए वो कुछ ना कुछ उसको देगा खाने को, उसको कुछ खाने को देगा। माता तुम्हारी ग्रैंड डॉटर थी तो उसको तो सीडी कर दिया उन्होंने, अरे क्या कहते थे, फेस्टिविटी सारा सजा रखा था, बैलून जैसे आप नॉर्मल बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट करते हैं। उस दिन गए, उसके बाद फिर एक दिन और गए थे, 2 दिन गए, 2 बार गए।
On this too much active brain versus somebody who's sitting around. I don't know, sometimes I think that is that sitting around something what animals do? They eat and just sit.
Sometimes I wonder why we have the arrogance of concluding that the animal is a lower life form.
Whether they do what they do when they sit around.
I really wonder. It's a self-aggregated arrogance that we have. Only
हम तो साइंस की टेक्स्ट में पढ़ा देते हैं ना बचपन में ही कि पिरामिड होता है, सबसे ऊपर इंसान बैठा है।
I wonder where that
साइंस में भी प्लस हमारे ट्रेडिशन में भी आई थिंक कॉन्शियसनेस के हाईएस्ट फॉर्म तो मैन ही माना जाता है।
Buddha's teaching also this is
Yeah.
animal realm is seen as a lower realm.
I think
और हिंदू ट्रेडिशन में भी वही माना जाता है।
as Buddha himself encouraged us, as we think and question, and especially as he associates with animals, not all of it falls in place. At least I have observed very high levels of, emotions like empathy, for example, and some of these have been studied. So I'm not sure, it has shaken up a lot of my own assumptions.
But actually, there is one more thing, at least in our modern society, is that we have started treating animals more like machines.
वो तो खैर है ही।
एक अलग ही डिग्रेडेशन कर दिया है।
तो एनिमल्स को ऑब्जेक्ट्स की तरह ट्रीट करना शुरू कर दिया है। बट पहले जब हम एनिमल्स साथ में रहते थे, जैसे गाय और बाकी सारे एनिमल्स घरों में ही रहते थे,
भी आप जाकर देखिए जिनको स्टेशनल हाउसेस में बहुत रेस्पेक्ट फॉर द काउ,
they would name them, they would love them, they would
interact with them, talk to them. हम जहाँ एक स्वामी जी के पास वहाँ लखनऊ जाते थे तो गाय को अपनी माँ के सर काउ also responded with the same love and When she became old and died, उन्होंने पूरा रैम्प बनाया ताकि वो कॉन्फिडेंस से मेरे कमरे में वो रहती नहीं थी उनके बगैर, वहाँ जाके उनके पास ही होती थी। So she passed away.
अच्छा, उन्हीं के पास होती थी।
Because if there is zero consciousness, then how does this thing of the rebirth work from an animal realm to a whatever you consider
No
now?
consciousness.
It's not, there's no question of zero. Even stones have consciousness. There's no question of zero consciousness. The whole world is manifestation of consciousness in different forms, with different instruments. According to the teachings of the Buddha, depending on what is the dominance and demise, a human being may be born as an animal. There are examples of discourses where Buddha points out that this worm was a Brahma in the previous life.
Brahma in the previous.
Guarantee कुछ नहीं है।
Guarantee कुछ नहीं। You can imagine Brahma से क्या हाल हुआ होगा।
That is, the more time I have spent with such people, यार मेरा तो my thing is shifted away from this thing of laziness, etc. Yeah, I mean there is this thing of not taking life too seriously, and to me that's a great thing to be actually followed, because I really think we take life far more seriously than is needed.
That life not being taken seriously is a small part of the life. That is the problem. If you stay with them long enough, you realize that is a temporary thing. It's not the truth. It's not a true horizon on which a person is resting. When the situations become unpleasant, then is the real test.
Possibly one more thing is that when a villager is sitting idly, so is mentally also is he empty or is in those chain of thoughts, and chain of thoughts are there, then because equally same.
True.
But I think ये तो सच है कि बहुत सारे हम लोग जो है कई तरह के लिविंग स्टाइल के लिए ज़्यादा सोचते हैं.
Silesh, any more questions? We're just about to close. Thanks, Silesh. We'll catch you again next week. Take care. Bye.